It's the last day of 2018, and over the weekend I was thinking about just how much I've done this year. It's been a really busy year. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that a huge portion of that had to do with YouTube, with you guys. And so then I thought, well, maybe I should make a video about everything that's happened this year and talk maybe a little bit about what's going to happen in 2019. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go for a ride up the mountain, talk about the year past, the year to come, and we'll see where it goes. Oh, right. Also, just in case you're new here, I'm PhotoJoseph. I'm a photographer, filmmaker, educator, YouTuber. You'll figure it out. 2018 started with a complete rebuild of my broadcast studio. For those of you who've been around the channel for a while, you know that I used to do the broadcast out of a small room inside of my studio, but I moved it out into the main shooting space this year. And that rebuild was something that I streamed live over the course of 7 days and 45 hours of live streaming. In fact, I took some of you on the road with me when I went to the hardware store or just ran around town running errands. Once that was built, I was able to start doing the show again. And the main show is something called PhotoJoseph's Photo Moment, which I used to do 3 times a week. It's now dropped to 2. But at 3 times a week, and plus traveling and being out of town for other reasons, I managed to do 123 photo moments in 2018. 123 of them. And that's, in fact, that's just the ones that have been brought into Final Cut and then re-uploaded. Some of the shows just went live and stayed up there. But 123 shows. I also did 45 live training videos. Now, live training is a long-form training format for both photo and video apps. And the idea is that once a week, I explore a segment or a piece of the app. And over the course of several weeks or even months, I'll build up an entire training course on an app. So all of that added up to 168 live shows this year. 168 live shows. That's incredible. Some other fun numbers for you. All of the views added up to 8.7 million watch minutes. 8.7 million minutes. Do the math on that, and that's 145,000 hours, or 6,000 days, or 16 years, 16 solid years of viewership on the channel. Now that's broken out over 1.5 million views, and the amount of money that made, which I think is going to be interesting to a lot of you, is a whopping $4,500. Not per month, for the entire year. I had over 18,000 likes on videos on the channel this year compared to 2,000 dislikes, so it's not too bad. I had over 14,000 comments on the channel this year. A good portion of those are actually my comments replying to yours. So just so you know, I do make a real effort to reply to every question that gets posted. Now, how about subscribers? Well, I gained 11,000 subscribers in 2018, which is not too shabby. It actually doubled my sub count, so I'm just over 22K right now. And that's a nice number, but it's a far cry from where I want to be. I'd like to get up to 100,000 subs, and I have some ideas on how we're going to get there, so we'll talk more about that later on. My most watched video of 2018 was actually made in 2017, and that was how to add a wireless microphone to your iPhone. So that one had 62,000 views this year. Now, as far as #1 video that was made this year, that would be my G9 versus GH5 video, comparing the 2 cameras, helping people decide which one was right for them. That one came in at 39,000 views, and I'm happy to say that that is a very well-liked video, so I'm glad I was able to help out a lot of people with making that decision. I thought I'd tell some of this story while I was walking, but nah, I'm gonna take a break and we'll pick up where we left off. Let's talk about travel. I did 11 trips this year, so almost 1 a month, hitting 39 flights over 63 days of travel, covering 55,425 miles. So good news, I did finally earn status again. I flew to Seattle and Los Angeles a few times for different meetings. I was in Slovenia on vacation, but while I was there, I actually did a job for Narbox and Lumitouch, and we also went through Italy and Austria. I attended NAB in Las Vegas. I went on a shooting trip with Sean Bagshaw, and one of these days I might actually edit that vlog together. I taught it out of Chicago. I supported the Woodward Camera Store at the Detroit Zoo. I supported Hunt's Photo and Video in Boston for Panasonic as well. I attended Vid Summit in LA, which you guys saw a lot of. I spoke at B&H in New York this year, and that was right before Photo Plus Expo, so I was there for that, and then also did a photo walk for Panasonic. And then, of course, I went to India for the big scouting trip. That's getting ready for next year's workshop, and incidentally, I do plan on doing another workshop in India in the state of Rajasthan, and that's either going to be in the fall of 2019 or 2020. I haven't quite decided yet. Okay, I've hiked like at least 10 feet since the last time I saw you, but look at this, look. That's Mount Shasta in California. I'm in Oregon, by the way. So what else did I do this year? Well, there was the entire training course for lynda.com/LinkedIn Learning that I did. That was the photography for the non-photographer for small businesses. I've been on a bunch of podcasts, did some real estate photography, started a multi-year project with a local winery. Oh, what else? Let's talk about some personal stuff. Not that you can tell, but I started running this year. That was kind of a big deal. I went on a total of 66 runs, which doesn't sound like much, and it isn't, but I started in the spring. In the summer, we had a horrible, horrible fire season. So much smoke, AQI through the roof. I wasn't gonna run through that. So I started up again in the fall, which meant like basically starting over again. Over the course of that time, I did like 113 miles. You know, again, not huge, but it was something. But let's remember, it's trail running in the mountains. And so the most impressive stat of all this is I actually climbed over 20,000 feet through the course of those 100+ miles. So, you know, not too shabby. God, you'd think I'd be in better shape though. My God. God. All right, that's a pretty good recap of 2018. It's been a busy year. So let's look forward. Let's talk about 2019. I fully recognize that one of the biggest challenges for getting new viewers and for a lot of the existing viewers is that if you're not watching the live show while it's live, watching that live show not live is not as fun. I totally get it. The live shows are longer than a regular edited show would be naturally. And I think I do a pretty good job of keeping the pace going, keeping it exciting. But I get it if you are just there to get the information. A show that could only be 10 minutes long that is 20, it could be a little bit boring. So what I'm going to do in 2019 is aim to edit most, if not all, of the photo moments. You know, I get it that is the next step in this evolution. It's something that I need to do if I want this channel to grow. I also want to do more stuff like this, stuff that is shot not live, that is shot out and about and edited together. So that's the plan. With that, my friends, take care. Goodbye 2018. I'll see you next year in 2019. Or let's be honest, it's 2019 when you're watching this, so I'll see you this year. Take care.